So what does this look like from a governance perspective? Because we touched on that before. We have our reporting layer and our meaning layer. And in our reporting layer, we have our different schemas, they're called. And basically, schemas house tables. And we define owners, custodians, stewards, and service providers in these schemas. So we can say if something breaks, we go to this group to define what broke and how it got there. The same is true with your meaning layer. You have all these model files, but it's owned, has a custodian, a steward of these model files. So if something needs to be modified, we know who to go to for that. So this is called role-based access control, or RBAC, and it's basically assigning ownership or roles to specific data assets in your data flow assembly line.
I got
Uh,
a question in the chat, Miles. For those not familiar, data owner versus custodian versus steward versus service. Is there a
yeah.
quick kind of like explanation of those roles?
Yes. Okay. An owner is the responsible party. They're kind of the puck stops with them. I'm using a hockey reference because I'm Canadian, but a
Oh.
puck stops with them. A custodian is kind of the editor. They're the ones, their technical expertise that kind of go in there and they change things. A steward is kind of the monitor. They kind of monitor and QA things, but they can also sometimes have edit access. Um, and a service provider is a person where expertise, a custodian and a steward can't do it. So
Hmm.
they need a service provider to come in and be like, hey, this is how you do it. I'm the expert. That's where we go back to our structure of like that data platform as a service rather
Hmm.
than owner. This is kind of where they shine. The same is true with model files. You have a person responsible, you got the technical editor who goes in and changes everything, and then you have the steward who's like the QA person that tells them, "Hey, this broke down or upstream and we need you to modify this